Outgrown. When I was 14, I grew some trees in plastic milk cartons and planted them in the woods. Of course, not all of them survived. One nearly didn't survive being planted, as I remember I broke the top off by mistake when I was carrying it. I planted the little oak anyway, and maybe that's why I remember it. And now I can still recognize that broken crown. Except it's huge. It towers over me like I once towered over it. I feel very small next to this tree. I have been outgrown. The tree seems more substantial than I am. I have been outgrown, and that's a strange, decadent feeling. It's all right if one of your children makes you feel small when they look down on you. At least you know that you might communicate. A tree doesn't even look at you. A tree simply gazes into the sky, or more likely, the ground, and gets on with its life. To get outgrown by a tree is odd. People say you shouldn't plant trees close together, but 35 years ago, I did. Here are two rowans that grew up together quite happily, and it even seems like they have supported each other. I grew them from seed. I remember planting them because they were so tangled together as saplings that it seemed too risky to pull them apart. So Akira Miyawaki is right about the cooperative nature of trees. We need not pretend that thinning the trees is a good idea unless you simply enjoy cutting down trees. In which case, just be honest about your problems. Find a good therapist and come clean about why you really want to cut down trees. It's too late to plant any more willow now. Spring has sprung and the sap is rising. In the willow worlds, the sedge is budding and coming into leaf fast. Shoots nudge upwards, tiny leaves unfurl, and the living structures are taking shape. It's tempting to want to do more in spring, but nature fears our impatience because every shoot is delicate. Growth isn't something we can rush. We have to let spring do its thing. It's a slow conversation between the elements, and our role is mostly to stay out of the way and add water. Water is always good for willow. And why not plant some honeysuckle or simple sunflowers or peas or beans against the sedge? Why should the willow have it all its own way? When we started this project, we had a cunning plan. We set out to plant in a crafty fashion and see what the deer might make of them. Now the willows are sprouting. We see deer damage all round, but our defences are holding them off so far. There are little gaps in the sedge. We hope the deer won't find them. But perfection is not our goal. We're taking risks and not worrying too much. Already, in small ways, the sedges are weaving themselves into the land. Green shoots where bare stems were. We imagine roots finding their way beneath our feet. In time, these will grow into places of shelter and shadow, a thickening of the boundary layer. We are raising the ceiling of the ecosystem to make room for birds and bats and better, healthier air. We celebrate the simple fact that things are growing and try not to think about how one day we might all be outgrown.